Alright, so, just a quick heads up. This episode and the one right after it, I actually recorded, like, towards the beginning of the year. But I apparently goofed and never posted them. I thought I had, so, whoops. Um, so anyway, enjoy. Hello, and welcome to episode 81 of my Let's Play Vanilla Minecraft. I am KHM. And I went ahead and built the shulker storage system in between episodes. So this just goes right underneath where the blaze platform is, so when they die and drop their blaze powder, or blaze rods, it automatically goes into here. Yes, so it fills up this with their blaze rods. It then filters into this shulker box. When the shulker box is detected as full, it sends this redstone signal over to here, which pushes the piston forward and turns off this redstone torch. And then when the shulker box is broken, it goes into this hopper here, which sends it to a chest on the other side there. Just right under here, I believe. And then the redstone signal stops, turning on this torch again. After a 4-tick delay, it dispenses another shulker. Huh. Alright. Okay, so right now I have the issue of this redstone signal is actually turning off this hopper. Alright, well. Moment, I'm just gonna do that. I'll solve that off camera. Probably not gonna be that interesting or important. In fact, I can kind of already see how to do that. Just, something like this. Yeah. Alright, now I'm gonna do the rest of that. Unless I can... Oh, I can! Oh, nice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that was... Alright, well, I can easily just stick that back into the, thing. Also, interesting thing to note, apparently a shulker box with a hopper above it can't be opened. That's, interesting. Alright. Anyway. I'll just close this up now. No longer needs to be, opened. And there we go. Although, I guess maybe some stairs for that. I have some right here. Yes. Okay. Oh. There we go. That looks terrible, but whatever. It's good enough for now for me. Alright. So, as you can see, the light for the blaze powder... Did I forget to... I got it. So the light for the blaze powder is off, as you can now see. It took me a lot longer than I thought it would to achieve that. And you can tell by my level how long I was at that blaze farm for. I think I've been at this for like a week or so, just filling that up. Yeah. Alright, so a new snapshot has come out. 18W07C, while I was working on the whole blaze thing. And this changes water, well, how water works. Also adds a couple of new mobs, like turtles, and the new phantom thing that attacks you if you don't sleep for a while. So it's gonna be an issue, but anyway, I want to test the water thing for now. So apparently items will now float on it. Let's see how this works exactly. Okay. So it looks like items actually work normally, for the first couple of seconds. Oh, while it's in the water. Okay, that's a pretty slow rise. Alright. Don't know why I'm doing it like that when I have this. So, this might not actually break my machines after all. I was afraid that the items would immediately, like, rise up to the surface of the water and, break the machinery. Let's just open that up and try to run down here. And watch it. Huh. Okay. Alright, it's all harvested. I'm not seeing it. Let's turn up the video settings. Maybe that might help. I'm not seeing the wheat there. Okay, we've got that increasing, so perhaps it is working. It just didn't see it down here. Dispensed item, dispensed item, dispensed item. Alright, that is apparently silent now. I suppose I can't really complain about not having to listen to that noise. Okay, now I can hear it. Maybe they reduced the range or something. Alright. It seems to be working. Cool, cool. Alright, so I need a new gas and gold farm. Figured I'd start by dismantling my original gold farm here, which I have fallen in. And I was gonna just dismantle all this off camera, but I realized something. If we throw an item here. Oh, of course, now it works. Okay, these hoppers weren't working a second ago. Pickaxes don't seem to be the right tool for breaking pistons anymore. Break just as fast with or without. That sucks. Oh! That's what that sound is. There's a phantom trying to get to me. Ha ha ha. Okay. Come on, you hunk of crap. Come get me. Let's get a bow. I noticed the phantom doesn't show up on the, thing there. How many arrows I got? 13. There's an Enderman. I guess that was it? Alright. Alright, so as you can see, we are in my creative world here, my creative test world, and I've been trying to come up with a design for a gas tier and gold farm. Mainly. The gold farm part of it is partly because I just completely disassembled the gold farm in the survival world, but also because zombie pigmen are kind of a fact of life that I'm just gonna have to deal with somehow and might as well profit off them. Anyway, I looked at other designs that other people came up with, and I saw somebody using a gas pusher like this, where they just had a gas in a minecart going back and forth, and they use the physics box, or the physics of the fact that gas seems to be able to go through solid blocks like this, without any issues, to push mobs off to the side to be collected, off the spawning platform. Now, in the design, they use packed ice. I didn't think too much of it, because usually whenever somebody uses packed ice, they do so because it just helps smooth things along and they just happen to have packed ice. But after some experiments, I've determined that mobs, like zombie pigmen, if zombie pigmen are on top of like normal blocks like the bricks here, and get pushed by the gas, they will actually just get nudged a little bit and then slip through the gas. So unfortunately, it does look like it has to be packed ice that they are on in order for the collection to occur. Now, gas was not an issue at all, no matter what block type it is. Although I imagine that packed ice probably doesn't hurt. So, we're gonna have to use packed ice. Now, this is a huge issue for me because I still haven't actually found an ice-spired biome in my world yet. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to leave the confines of the chunks that I visit frequently, because of that crashing issue. So we're gonna have to check to see if the crashing issue is still a thing. Alright, so I'm over at my nether fortress here to test to see if I can leave my area. To why here, I don't exactly know what I was thinking, but whatever. We'll just go test it out here, since I know exactly where it is that the game crashes. Right up here. I actually started the recording back there because I was expecting, to be under heavy attack, but nothing. Oh, look at that. No crash. Sweet. This means that we can leave our area and explore previously explored locations. Where is everything? In previous patches, this place was just crawling with mobs. Where are they all? One moment. Okay, I've turned up my gamma so that I can see a bit better. Not seeing any skeletons. Oh, hello. Clearly this gas sees me. Haha, and just gunpowder. Alright. That's disappointing. And if you hear beeping, ignore it. That's part of another project that I'm actually working on. But yeah, I can go over here without any worry, but now no skellies. No skellies. None whatsoever. This is not even a blaze. Where's the blaze? No skellies or blaze. No skellies or blaze. This is worrying. So very worrying. hopefully this is just a temporary bug. And, I don't need skellies or blaze at the moment, so... Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go back and... I guess I'm gonna explore now. Try to find an ice spike biome. Actually, it just occurred to me that, I was having some issues with spawners before, and I wanted to see if those issues still exist. So, while I'm here, I might as well test out the spawner. I know where it is. It's charging up. That's a good sign. Is it gonna poof? Is it gonna poof? Is the light here preventing it from poofing? No blaze, no skeletons, and the spawners don't seem to be working. Yeah! Alright. Good. Good, good, good. Alright. Since it's now safe for me to venture forth from my house, I've been thinking about how exactly I want to go about finding this, ice biome, or ice, I can't remember the name of the biome exactly. But I've been trying to think of how I want to find it. Now, normally, how I would go about finding it is by using an external program to get exact coordinates and go there, because I hate wandering around and exploring, which is why this map isn't all that filled in. But now that I can fly and I can fill in one of these maps in like 15 minutes, that kind of changes things and makes me wonder if I should maybe, you know, make a new map and just start exploring a bit here and there to try to find the appropriate biome. Of course, this would mean that my world size would probably increase dramatically, and I am somewhat kind of curious as to what kind of weird split is going to happen within that corner there, or within that box and everywhere else. So, I might actually just do that. I kind of was thinking of mapping out my area anyway to put on display in like one of my buildings. So I might actually just do that. Alright, so after some thought I finally decided, you know, I'm gonna look it up on the third-party tools anyway, and I'll just kind of meander in the direction. And I'm actually quite glad I did, because, oh boy, the nearest ice spike biome is actually really far out there. So, would have taken me forever to find. I think it's like 6 or 7 kilometers off in kind of that direction there. I think that is the correct direction. Positive X, positive Z. Yep, it's off in that direction somewhere. Alright, I probably can get to it with this mini rockets. I don't know why they're split up like that, but yeah. Oh, I should probably grab some more arrows too while I'm thinking about it. And I'll just go ahead and lie there. Alright, so I left my house and the server crashed. So it looks like that while that bug isn't affecting the server, or isn't affecting the area in the Nether, it is affecting the area around my house. I don't know what I'm going to do. Alright, so I crowned thee the King of Ghasts. Anyway, as you can see, I am back in my creative world here, playing around. I figure I'll deal with the packed ice issue later. We'll have plenty of build before we really need that. So I thought I'd try to come up with a way to catch the gas and store them away for whacking or to take them out, something like that. Still trying to think of plans here. So what I've got so far is I have this minecart here. Yeah, let's kill this ghast real quick. There we go. Problem solved. Okay. If I place a ghast in here, the ghast pushers will push him off to the side, and the minecart will grab him and dump him off into this cage. I probably need to make the cage a little bit bigger. I don't know, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do this. Do ghasts have to be killed by players to drop their fears? I don't know. Let's see. This hurts gas, so I'll do that for the moment. Get out of there. Okay, and there we go. Okay. Oh no, he's got a great big old clown nose. Alright, so will this kill him, or does it have to be, like, on the corner? Oh, that was helpful. Alright, I'm gonna experiment with this off camera, see if I can come up with a good way to automatically kill them. Alright. So, kind of appears that ghasts tend to breathe through their eyes. And, it does not require a player to drop a ghast here. Now, this is going to have issues if I have multiple ghasts, most likely. Let's toss in 2 ghasts. Yeah, it has issue with multiple ghasts. So, need a solution to that little issue. Alright, so after a fair amount of experimentation, I've got a design that looks strikingly similar to what I built for the Blaze farm. Anyway, if we just fill this up with some blaze... As you can see, I have it so it grabs a blaze and suffocates them to death on this. Now, interestingly enough, blaze seem to be large enough that one block will hit them twice. So, even though there's only 4 blocks here, it does 5 damage when they pass through this thing. Because you get, like, this one on the end hits them twice. Which is pretty interesting. Now, like the first one in Wind's previous would also hit them twice, except there's another block there, so... I guess you could say it hits them here, and then hits them there again, but they're immune to... well, yeah. So it hits them here, and then hits them here again, but since they're passing through this one will only get 1 hit at them, and this one will only get 1 hit at them, and then this one will get another 2 hits at them, or something. 1 hit, I don't know, my brain. Anyway, so that seems to take care of them, and I've noticed they usually drop their drops in the exact same spot, which can be collected via this hopper here. Which is quite convenient. I think they dropped gunpowder that time. We'll see. Oh, we got a tough one. Occasionally I get these weird tough ones that seem to survive the gauntlet. I don't know why. be watching the thing here. Yep, perfectly collected. Now, occasionally they'll drop their drops not there for some reason. I don't know why. But the majority of them seem to drop it consistently in that one spot. And now, I guess, can we have multiple carts? Cart. Oh, we got a tough one again. Let's drop a few carts in here, see what happens. Huh, okay, so you get too many carts, bad things happen. I wonder if there's a block that I could put here that wouldn't suffocate them. Okay, too many carts. Too many carts. Too many carts. Alright. Anyway, I'll work on this more off camera. Alright, so I'm not entirely sure I'd be able to get the throughput that I wanted with the minecart system. So I thought I'd try a gas pusher system to move them into some sort of killing chamber. But, doesn't seem to work very well with multiples still. I guess it works, it's just not very well. Basically what I have is I have this gas on a minecart going around this track. When it gets to about here, it triggers this pressure plate thing, which sends a redstone signal over to this gate, which theoretically would lock in the gas. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the sword real quick. Let's clear this out. There's just two gas trapped in there. And we got another two. It seems we can get two in there. But those two push out the third, so I need to rethink this. Alright, so I think I've got something figured out here. I have the gas pusher push the gas like normal over to here. And then over here I have a pressure plate hooked up to a pulsar that activates a piston with a sticky block. And spawn some gases here. You can see it pushes the gases up into here, where they get nicely stored away, and they just seem to stay there, which is interesting. It's not behavior I was actually expecting, but it's the behavior they are exhibiting. Which, you know, works for me. Alright, as you can see, I've been kind of busy. I decided to just build the majority of this off camera, since you kind of saw me develop it anyway, so watching me build it would have been kind of redundant. So, we are on the roof of my new gas tier farm. As you can see, I've slabbed it all up so that nothing can spawn up here, and I have pumpkins spaced. This will keep the packed ice layer down below at a light level of 7 or higher. so that I don't have to worry. Was it 7 or higher? Anyway, so I don't have to worry about Enderman spawning, and since, you know, we already have an Enderman farm, so we don't really need the pearls. Best if we just don't have them spawn in at all. And then right below it, we have a wooden layer. You guys will see what that's for later. And then we have this here. At about my head level, where the half slabs here are, is where the packed ice will be. And below that are the rails that the gas pushers will ride on. Yes. And it'll push all of the mobs this direction. I have just basically a wall there that the mob pushers will go past. Kind of close and have a look at that. So basically the gas pushers will come to the other side of the wall. It will push mobs over to this side of the wall, but they won't be able to go through this wall while the gas pushers will, and then the gas pushers will just push the mobs back that direction. And over in this direction, we have yet another gas pushing rail here. Another gas and a minecart will ride along here, going actually the other direction. Probably should have just been running in that direction. So we'll push mobs down this direction, right over here. Which I just realized I may have done goofed a little bit, but that's easily fixed. There we go. Yeah. Actually, that might not be a good idea. Anyway, basically the idea is that all the mobs that spawn in over here will get pushed into this 4x4 space. I have this piston here, and that block is on a sticky piston, which when the minecart hits that detection rail, it'll flip a RS latch right there that will pull those pistons in, and then when it hits this detection rail, it will push them back out. Once it hits that point, the pusher gas will be right up against this thing here, pushing all the gas into this 4x4 space. This piston will trap them into the 4x4 space, and that piston there will kill them, suffocate them. All the other mobs will fall down this hole. Yes. Oh, we can just hop down here real quick. Okay, so under here is a bunch of hoppers, the 4x4 grid of hoppers that go off into this direction, into this item, or this hopper pipeline, which goes into this item sorting system, which is for zombie flesh, iron ingot, or gold ingots. I don't think I'll ever get those because that requires player kill. Gold nuggets, gas tiers, and gunpowder into large hoppers. I believe there's like 10 double chests each. And whatever doesn't go into there goes off into this dropper here, which is set up to just drop crap. I don't care what happens to it. It's garbage. And you probably have also noticed that I have an iron golem just kind of sitting out there. Well, unfortunately, one of the spawns that will occur are magma slimes, which will, I hope they don't get caught on that. Assuming they don't get caught on that, will fall down here, and unfortunately they don't take any fall damage, so this will not hurt them in the slightest. So the iron golem there is to then attract them off this edge, where they will fall down to the bedrock below, and hopefully despawn. Unfortunately, the bedrock will not be within instant despawn range. I believe that requires 128 blocks, and we'll be pretty close to it, but not quite there, so they won't despawn instantly, but they will just despawn quite quickly. Alright, now if we come back up here, you probably saw this as I peeked in. Basically, this is designed to hold the gas when I don't want it to be pushing. So I have these two control levers. This lever controls this junction here. When it's off, the minecart will want to traverse the pathway normally. But when it's on, the minecart will come back into here, where it will rest. And I have another switch here that will allow me to turn it on. That might actually work better as a button or something like that, but I'll keep it as a switch for now. And there's that annoying beeping that I believe I warned you about earlier. Just go ahead and ignore it. It means nothing to you. Okay, so up here we have this rail here. This rail is actually for when I need to initially catch and distribute the gas, and this rail will allow me to do that. Basically, we have this rail line just off into the distance. It's currently just a rail line to nowhere. It's about 128 blocks that direction. And at the very end of it, I'll have some sort of a gas catcher, which I haven't built yet. We'll probably build in the next episode, that I'll use to catch the gas. Then I'll send them down on this rail, and they will go to their various assigned locations. Have just simple little levers underneath the platform here that I can use to switch what direction each rail is going to. Okay. Yes. And now we have this little doohickey. This is to keep them, this little gizmo here is to keep all the Ghast synchronized. You'll see that the powered rail on this end is not powered. And that is because underneath of it is some redstone leading from one to a repeater, which goes to the next, and so on and so forth. Which means if I apply a redstone pulse to the first one, it will propagate down all the way. And then from there, I have this basically here. I have two detector rails on this line here, one here, one here. And have it set up so that each detector rail is hooked up to a pulse former, and this one goes to a 4 repeater, while the other one just kind of goes straight to that. There is another repeater, but that's just to stop the redstone streams from crossing. So when the minecart is headed down this way, actually, you know what? I believe I have a minecart on me. We can just demonstrate it. Far. Tear this up, put this down, and put that down. Building this has been quite difficult because I've had to keep in mind no spawning spaces at any time. Alright, so if I just plop this down, and I need more pearls. Okay, something didn't go right. Alright, I know what it is. It's because I have it off. I have an on-off switch here, basically boop. Alright, so as you can see, as the minecart goes over the detection rails, it lights them up. And we have this AND gate here that that allows it to detect when the minecart is going in that direction, but will ignore it when it's going back that direction, because we only want to trigger it when it's heading toward the thing, because there's no point in powering it when it's heading away. Yes, so goes to that AND gate, another pulse former, which sends the pulse to these repeaters, which then send it down the line. And I have this on-off switch here that goes to this AND gate here. So when I turn the thing off, the AND gate will never trigger, therefore never sending the pulse through. But if I just left it at that, then, oops, then turning it on would be an issue because the minecart wouldn't do anything. So I've also hooked it up to this pulse, to this monostable circuit thing, which will also send a pulse through the system, so that when I turn it on, the minecart will go. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. All that just to get a minecart. Oh well. At least these things are cheap and easy. Yes, and I don't know how long this episode's going to be, but I suspect we're kind of getting to the end here, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. And in the next one, we will get ice, place the ice, and also build a ghast catcher. That should be fun. Actually, before I ended the episode, I just had to show this real quick. In previous snapshots, it was extremely difficult for me to engage flight mode just from a standing like this. But I can do it really easily now. And it allows me to do things like this. Aha! Yeah! Yeah, I bet you I could even slip through the fence thing. I probably did. Yeah, I can. I have to remember to use that more often now that I have that available to me. Oop, oop, uh-oh, uh-oh, we're stuck. There we go. Yeah, alright. Now I'm gonna end the episode.